Hello, welcome. This is Maniac Tim with Maniac Sports. How's everybody doing tonight? Well, look like the Dolphins are licking their fins. Drop another one to the Bills, Buffalo, at Miami. Tua gets another concussion. Um, but even before that, you know, Dolphins wasn't doing good. Dolphins were not. They looked like they were starting to come back a little bit, but they dropped, 31-10. Uh, Now the defense did kind of step up after uh, after the game or after the Tua got hurt and and stopped the Bills from scoring anymore. But hey, the way it looked, you know, and of course the way quarterback salaries are and stuff like that. You can't. Most teams can't afford to go ahead and have a second great quarterback on them that can step right in when your number one quarterback gets injured like this. Not everybody's lucky to have like a Brock Purdy that can go ahead and be the last one drafted, and then end up being their starting quarterback. So you know, San Francisco is has that, but most other teams don't. Um, so the NFL Week 2 started off, of course, with the Dolphins uh, getting defeated by Buffalo in their home stadium. Uh, this is like what Buffalo, has been known for beating Miami very, very consistently. It's really not. It's really, really, really not a big surprise that Buffalo beat Miami. Because it's just what it is. But I think everybody was expecting the red hot Miami offense that you had uh, last year. Because it wasn't really red hot this year. The first game, and of course, I wasn't really that hot the second game. I mean, you got the receivers. You still got receivers that should be able to score and fly down the field. So it's really what is it? A play calling? Is it what is stopping the the Miami Dolphins? I mean, Buffalo has lost players on both defense and offense. So it seems like that should have made um, Miami more successful, but obviously it didn't. So I don't know. Some teams have other teams' number, and that's one thing that Buffalo has had for a lot of years is the Dolphins' number. It just goes without saying. Buffalo comes in to Miami, or Miami goes to Buffalo, whatever. Uh, Buffalo ends up winning. Um, the weather conditions were definitely in favor of Miami. So it wasn't that you could say that a snowstorm or anything like that. It wasn't even you could say that it was a crowd effect either. It was just Miami did not play and execute the game plan well enough in order to win the ball game. So hats off to the Buffalo Bills. Um, don't really want to. Don't really want. I mean, I really didn't care when one. Of course, I have a couple friends that are Miami fans. I also have one friend who is a Josh Allen fan too. So he's a Lions fan above all. But another guy that I work with, he's a Josh Allen fan. So he's always rooting for Buffalo to kind of make it to that Super Bowl. Uh, I'm not saying they're going to do it, but I'll tell you what, if they do that, I want my Lions to beat them, the Detroit Lions to beat them. Uh, Coming up this week, the mastermind of the Detroit offense um, needs, needs to make some adjustments. I do think that I like how Jameson Williams stepped up. I really, really liked how he did that. I liked how David Montgomery did it, especially at the end, in overtime. But, I liked, I was really a bit, how do you say it, underwhelmed. That'd be the best way I can say underwhelmed about the performance as far as the potency of the offense. I'm not blaming St. Brown. I'm not blaming anything. Yeah, I was underwhelmed as far as a lot of play calls and stuff like that. And but of course, we were playing Rams, and the Rams led by Matthew Stafford, which basically he knows us. He knows our weaknesses. He knows, he knows a lot of stuff about the Lions. So, and also one of our former offensive line guys were on the Rams too, which basically, so things can be, and I mean that's if you have somebody on your team that played for play for the team that you're playing against, you're gonna pick their brains, especially if they played under that same coach. So you're gonna pick their brains to find out what they're going to do, what their weaknesses are, along with looking at film and stuff like that. But I don't know. One thing that should always be in a contract that you don't reveal secrets. I really don't know how the NFL rules and contracts are on that, but who knows? But this is Maniac Tim from Maniac Sports. Anybody who wants to comment is more than welcome to come in. I will post a link in the chat. Sorry, Facebook people, but I can't see any comments on Facebook for some reason. I should be able to, but I can't. So it's not that ignoring in the comments because on Facebook it's just if you can't see them, you can't see them. And of course, like always, this was an impromptu. I did really want to also show my my newest thing that I got here. All right, and yeah, it's not not always. And yeah, this I got for being best man in my buddy Brian's wedding. Is of course Maniac Tim. And here you got a knife here, which basically, it says the same thing. So I love it. It definitely speaks to me and took a lot of, it took some thought to come up with that. And when he did that, I definitely want to thank my friend Brian for it. It displayed on the back of me, or I'm going to find a better place to put it though, so that you can see it more because this is the what you call it, the this is the well, that's my name, Maniac Tim, from Tim's Maniac Sports, Maniac Sports. um but hey, in coming here, I just really want to take a look at what you know um I think the Lions are going to have a good game uh this come up year, this coming up week. I do think that the Lions are going to figure out um a lot of the stuff that they didn't do. Uh, a lot of people are really, a lot of people are really saying, okay, um, don't expect a whole lot from JMO because you don't expect him to be getting the amount of touches. Well, in true Maniac form, I'm going to say this. Hey, I expect a lot out of JMO. I mean, we got to see what he's done this year. This the first game. We got to see him starting to emerge last year after suspension and injuries and stuff like that. Of course, we didn't see him very much at all that his rookie season because he was recovering from the Achilles, of course. Um, but I want him to be Mr. Reliable. That's one thing that the Lions need is that deep threat that Goff can go to. That speedster. You know, uh, St. Brown, he's great. And we all know that St. Brown, he has done more for this Lions team than a lot of the people are. But within St. Brown, there is a hunger. There's a hunger to be a champion. There's hunger to be a Super Bowl champion. And one of the things St. Brown would much rather care about, and I, as a Lions fan, care more about, is not the amount of yards any particular player gets, but the amount that's on that scoreboard. The amount that's going to tell the rest of the NFL that we're better than you, that we're the best that ever come, that we're up front. I want the Lions to go ahead and open up a can of whip ass, open up a can of Maniac or whatever the hell you want to call it, and just every game. And yes, there'll be some close games. There will be some close games. That's for sure. But there'll be those games that are blowouts. And I want the Lions to have those games that are blowups. So in true Maniac sports fashion, I'm picking the Lions to beat the um, Tampa Bay Buccaneers 45-17. That's what I'm picking. 45 Lions, 17 Buccaneers. It's at Ford Field. And I'll tell you, you fans that are at Ford Field, you better be that 12th man. You better be that 12th man on that field. You guys better have that Ford Field rocking so loud that Baker Mayfield cannot hear. Even if the Lions start doing bad, rock the place. Make it freaking loud. I'm not saying cheer on the 40 or the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I'm not saying that at all, believe me. But I'm saying cheer on those Lions, even if they're not getting it done at the time. Get those Jared Goff chants going to help just bring that enthusiasm, that energy. I know it's hard sometimes. And I know for some people who go to the game, hey, they just go to enjoy it, and they don't want a bunch of loud ass maniacs right alongside them making a bunch of noise and shouting and all this other stuff, you know. But you know what? Get it done. Do it. Do it. Okay, but basically, how long the stream is going to last is going to determine the audience that I have. Right now, I have absolutely 0 people watching me. Probably it's my fault. People don't know when I'm coming on. But I just wanted to come on at least for a little while and talk about the Lions. Hopefully, Penei Sue will be able to play. I'm hearing that's a concern. We know the strength of the Lions' offense is the offensive line, the core of the Lions' offense. And without Penei Sue in there, that did take a hit. But we also know that the Lions have a next man up attitude. Our guy may get hurt, but we got somebody on reserve that's going to go ahead and fill those shoes to the best of their ability and make it so that the offensive line don't suck. So, in saying that, I don't know what's wrong with me, but other than a lot of shit. I think I'm going to end the stream right now. It's a short stream, unless somebody comes on soon. But this is Maniac Tim with Maniac Sports. I'm also saying make sure you guys like, subscribe, weeding my way out of Tim's Maniac Sports YouTube. It's just there's so much going on there to try to get back in there. I I have not. I cannot right now get on in the dashboard. So please make sure that you either sign up for my Maniac Sports on Twitch or Maniac Sports um, on YouTube, because I don't know how much longer I can carry Tim's Maniac Sports when I can't get to the dashboard. Uh, hey, how's it going? How's it going, Grandizer? Well, I just looked at the comments. Yes, I am extremely tired. Yeah, 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 I I was watching a couple of the streams of it. Some Lions fans that were actually doing the stream, and they were also rooting for the Dolphins. I was just giving them a bunch of crap as far as for that. Uh, oh, he dropped something. Yeah, my knife. Uh, I wanted to show you this. I know you was on, but this is Maniac Tim. All right, this friend of mine got it for me. I was best man in his wedding. Uh, and the knife says Maniac Tim on it too. You know, I said it there and it kind of fell off. I'm going to put it on. Okay. Okay, you dropped the beer. Yeah, you dropped the board. I thought it was a gag. Oh boy. Oh boy. Yep, Jim, you know that I don't like it when you say hurtful, mean things about my team. Yeah, I know. But I'm not. I am not. You know, I was just giving the host of those shows just kind of being, just kind of being just kind of going against them. It wouldn't. Oh, I got. You're gonna use that knife tonight if they try to eat your pet. Oh boy, somebody tried to eat my pet. Yeah, I would definitely lose the knife. Uh, or use a knife. I thought it was a cigar box. That looks cool. Yeah, it is. And man, when I opened it up and like my friend Brian, he knew about it for the longest time, and you could tell, you know, he was as excited as me because it was because when he picked out the gifts yeah for the best man, he just he was as excited to give this to me as I was to get this. But I really love it. Tim, when's the last time you smoked a cigar? You know what? I never smoked a cigar. Never have. And you know what? I never am going to. Most I done was cigarettes when I was young. I tried it. Never got hooked on it. Uh, thank God. Never. It's just that was not that I don't have my own vices, but that smoking was never a vice of mine. Thank God. Uh, But you know what? I might need to uh if if the Lions when the Lions win the Super Bowl, I just might need to go ahead and try that nasty habit. I know I can't do it. I definitely can't do it in the house because I think I'll be kicked out. You know what I mean? Because uh, those cigars are most of them smell like. But I know that's always been a sign of victory. And you know what? You know, if that's God, if that's what it takes to celebrate the Lions winning the Super Bowl, I'm all in. And you know what? I just gotta say it. What would be sweet music greater than anything? And I know I'm gonna get it from you after I say this. But uh, greater than anything would be for the Lions to yeah, you heard me. Uh, would be if the Lions play the Packers for the NFC Championship and beat, and of course destroy the Packers at Ford Field. That would be awesome. But the next part, you, you can, I know I'm going to hear about it, but and you know what? You're not. I won't blame you. But if the Lions go ahead and somehow the Dolphins can go ahead and put their stuff together and go, to make it to the Super Bowl, but yet the Lions go ahead and demolish the Dolphins in the Super Bowl, that would be awesome. Or what would be more awesome though is we all know how like what the Buffalo has been to like 5 Super Bowls, 4 in a row, and hasn't won one. Can you see uh, if Josh Allen goes ahead and goes to the Super Bowl and Jared Goff hands Allen, Jared Goff, and his accomplishment of Detroit Lions hands them the Super Bowl or another loss. I mean, not hands them the Super Bowl, but hands Buffalo another loss. Well, I mean, I had some sleep earlier. But I do gotta take my car. I got 9:30 appointment. I'm having car issues, so I got 9:30 appointment to get my car checked out tomorrow morning. So unfortunately, I can't be real late. But and no, I'm not gonna ask you if you enjoyed the game because that would be stupid. Like you said, it was embarrassing. Believe me, I'm not. I'm not laughing at that. You know, you that. Oh God, maybe I. Uh, but I've been there. I've been there. Oh God, I know. I know I've been there. Oh gosh, I've been there when the lines have been so embarrassing. But yeah, I truck on and I go ahead and I stand behind. I stand behind the lines. When they were embarrassing. When I remember that year that Barry, when Barry was still with our team, and Barry Sanders got hurt. This was well before, of course, the 0-16 season. But I had this Lions jacket on and stuff like that. I walked into some store, and the clerk told me, "Matt, I don't think I don't think this year I had seen anybody dressed in Lions gear like that because of how badly they were playing. I think that's one of those years where they only won 3 games or something like that." Dang. But yeah. But that's basically, I've been there. I mean, I know the hurt. I know, I feel your pain, but granddaughter, I feel your pain. You know. But then again, you guys been to the Super Bowl. Uh, on a good old, But don't you kind of gotta wonder what was going on with some of the owners? You know, I mean, I guess if you look back at it, you know, they had freaking Dan Marino and could not and would not build a team around him. Lions had freaking Barry Sanders and could not and would not build a team around him. Six Super Bowls, 2 win. Yeah, and yeah. Uh, so they have 6 Super Bowls, 2 wins. So I mean that's definitely it's a compliment, definitely. That's more than what the Lions have. 2 more wins and 6 more games of making it. But if you look at what I mean, it was William Clay Ford was a tight ass as far as money goes. I mean he just wouldn't. He would get the one player that would put the fans in seats, the butts in seats, and that would bring people in. But then the Lions, that was Schuler's fault. That is why when many Finn fans lit Schuler, he didn't care about winning Super Bowl. He wanted all-time winning coach titles. Ooh, wow, that's disrespect. Yes, exactly, exactly. But how many? And of course they needed that offensive line too. You know, uh, that's you know that QB and all that. It was. They also tried winning by gimmicks, not necessarily the best players at the time. I liked Wayne Fonts, but he was not a head coach. He could not develop a QB exactly. And from what I heard, there was a couple QBs that wanted to come, but the Lions organization, I mean, like Joe Montana, he wanted to come to Detroit after Kansas City was done with him, uh, and also Warren Moon. But they thought, the ownership thought that they were too old, so both of them were refused. But yeah, Wayne Fonts didn't develop a quarterback. Uh, it's that's true. That's true. They did try, but what one thing I mean they one thing that kind of made me mad when they got Mitchell was, yeah, they got him, but it was after one good game that he had as a backup when uh when Danny Marino was out, and they just they liked him because of his quick release, but it just didn't work out. And to this day, I'm gonna say they left the run and shoot too soon. Can you imagine if the Lions could have Rich Gannon from the Vikings when he was a free agent? Yeah, why didn't they try to? He was what the Lions needed. His passing game was deadly. Yeah, exactly. And then they put together these teams, but they never really got that quarterback. Scott Mitchell had one good year when Marino went out. Yes, that's true. So, and you gotta reach, you know more or less respect the reason or the decision because of that one good year. And it was his quick release and stuff like that. But I don't know, it's, I mean, they tried Andre Ware, of course, Rodney Pete. Both of them never panned out, never, Rodney Pete, he just, he was so injury prone. Uh, and of course, Andre Ware, he never really became the leader either. The other issue was the Lions were a team were a team of circumstances. In 1991 through 1992, when they faced Washington in the playoff with the muddy field. Yeah, that's true. That yeah, it was. But was it they didn't wear the right cleats, and there was no way the Lions could win on the field. It messed with the run and shoot. If that game had been played in Detroit, Lions would have went to their first Super Bowl. Yeah, I could see that. It's, and that was, a lot of things the Lions were considered dome babies too. And and the first dome team that actually went to the Super Bowl and won the Super Bowl was wasn't it the uh St. Louis Rams under Kurt Warner? And of course, with that type of uh, that late in the year too, that sloppy field, it did that, but it, I mean, and it was like right after that darn game, they did away with a run and shoot. I mean, that run and shoot got them one game before the Super Bowl. I mean, and then the very next year they got rid of it, and yeah, the run and shoot had to be played on artificial turf, a dome outside on the grass, and it gets slippery, messy with messes with the timing, and that, yeah, you could see that. What I wish we would have seen was the Lions versus the Oilers Super Bowl in a dome. Talk about high scoring, hell yeah, that would have been awesome. I agree that would have been awesome. So, what's your take on Jordan Love's injury and the field condition over in South America? I mean, that was like, I don't know, and I didn't get to watch. Oh yeah, we would have gotten a 67-63 score. Yeah, yeah. So I wasn't actually able to see the game. So what's the early report on Tua? I know that he had a concussion, but I heard that he fell on the back of his neck. What's the early prediction? I mean, that's one thing about the NFL. This is football is a brutal game. Oh, I don't like these fields that's not set up for ideal football conditions. Exactly. And in a league that has so much money, yeah, you you should tell the Roger Goodell should tell the people that if you want to play there, our ground crew needs to come in and they need to approve the field for for the football match, because we're talking about players that could get injured like crazy, and it's not even their own stadium. You know, I know there's a couple NFL stadiums too that that have bad fields, and I'll tell you what, I also feel that the team themselves should be able to send representatives to the fields that are played outside of the U.S., and they should be able to reject without fine or penalty to that team. Not, they shouldn't need to forfeit or anything, is what I'm saying, or be fined. If that field is not up to NFL standards, you know, and their standards to keep them safe. The NFL should mandate for ideal field condition. Carolina, Washington, New York Jets, and Giant Stadium should be reworked, redone. It players' lives. Exactly. I 100% agree there. I think the Lions players who said publicly they don't like playing in Carolina Panthers Stadium, Bank of America Stadium, is an injury trap. Yeah. Yep. Yeah, yeah, I remember that. And just think about those those people on the that play there week by week. And right now, who is the worst? Who is the worst team in the league the last couple years? Carolina. So wow, it falls on ownership. They don't pay. They don't want to pay the money. They can have crews work all night to get the field right. Exactly. Exactly. And that's true. And you know what? I mean, why wouldn't the Players Association go ahead and when they do their CBA, why wouldn't they go ahead and kind of mandate that too? If the NFL won't do it, when the next, and I know it's going to be a while before you do get the next um, CBA. Um, why wouldn't um, they try to force that as far as for in the contract? They got turf. Okay, they got turf they can roll in. Yeah, exactly. It's because owners are really in charge. The league is a glass tiger, so is the union. True. True. But with the amount of money the NFL makes, it's just it's crazy. And of course too, if another reason you're gonna look at why the players, because the players get as far as their player salary cap goes by the amount of money that the owners make too. So, but it should be the owner's responsibility. I agree totally to get that done. The league nor the union can take their case to the U.S. government and file a lawsuit that would force owners to have better fields. Hmm. Yeah. How's the weather there? It's warm right now. Uh, okay, I still want to go there and sleep on the patio when it's going to snow with a heater and a nice blanket. Do you want it to be an electric blanket? Wow. Yeah, that would be something. That would really, really be something to go there. And Timothy, tomorrow on that day was when Kojak debuted in the 70s. Wow. Wow. So it's tomorrow is the 13th, right? Yeah, Friday the 3rd. The Lions blanket, the roar when you stretch it out. Wow, that would be something. That would be something. Gosh, I shouldn't be rubbing my eyes. Wow. And I'm about ready to freaking uh I don't know why I'm so damn tired. Although when I did get up today, I got car problems, so like I said, I gotta get some stuff done. So I had to run around, get some things. Hopefully it's not too bad tomorrow. But I got a 9:30 appointment. Hey, did you see the Lions linebacker who passed away? He was 93 years old. Wow. I actually didn't see much news today. I'm not trying to be disrespectful to him that passed away with a yawn. What car problems you have? Well, I had my oil changed Thursday, and oh boy, it. I mean, they did put oil in and stuff like that. The right oil, everything like that. But all of a sudden, uh, the um, oil light is coming on when it idles or too long, or if it's, it worked fine that first day. I took it back to the oil place company today. I was running around. Then I took it to my mechanic too, but they couldn't look at it until tomorrow. So it's lately I've been spending a lot of money. I got brand new tires on that car because I needed them. Ball joint repair. The linebacker was considered to be one of the best. I think his jersey was retired. Wow, I definitely gotta look that up. I can't do it right now though. Oh. Well, they said it was I don't know. Hopefully, hopefully it wasn't cheap. It was that synthetic stuff. Oh God, if they ever did that, oh man, that really suck. I'm, yeah, you remember when? Uh yeah, I remember being in the stands because they didn't have TV back then. I definitely remember when they played, when he played. Ha 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 ha. Good one, good one. It was. It would bring up the Maniac and you if they use bad oil. Hell yeah, it sure would. It sure as hell would. Well, they got to see a little bit of a Maniac there because when I brought it back in today, she tried to tell me a couple of things that wasn't true. Tried to tell me that the light was coming on, was probably coming on before that. And of course, I took it, hey, lady, you're calling me a liar because it was not coming on before the oil change. You know, so she did, I mean, and she got mad because I yelled at her, but I said, hey, you want my respect, you got to respect me too, because if you don't go ahead and call me a liar. Oh, hell yeah. not what I've been streaming though. Not like Val did that day she got drunk. Oh no. Oh man. Yeah, I fell asleep in the chair. Oh gosh. I'm good at falling asleep. That's one thing that I have, except when I gotta go, when I really gotta get some sleep, then I'm not as good at falling asleep. But yeah, I have fell asleep in this chair. Actually, I did a. Ah, I am I am going to need to get some sleep though, because I'm not waking up right now. It's just not happening. So I do think that I'm just going to go ahead and pretty much shut this stream down for the night. I plan on being back on sometime tomorrow. Hopefully with decent news, about my car and that. But hey, it's definitely been nice talking to you. I just, gosh, I'm, and let's just hope. I mean, hopefully, I hope the best for Tua. I really do. I know with his uh background, with the um with the concussions that he had year before last. It was pretty shaky whether he was going to retire or not. And now he ends up with a concussion on day 2. You have a good night, Tim. Hope it all works out well. Thanks. What a drag! What a drag of a ball game. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Then the injuries. Yeah, and that's, and it's, with the way the structure is. It isn't. When you lose, a quarterback that is capable like Tua, it isn't like everybody has a number. Somebody that can just go ahead and just pick up the slack. Yeah, that's true. No coughing, but and laughing today, but a lot of yawning, unfortunately, and also rubbing my eyes. But yeah, I definitely want to thank you, Grandizer 12. Always a pleasure to talk to you. Uh, but yeah, I definitely gotta get some sleep. I will talk to you tomorrow. You have a great night too. Take care. This is Maniac Tim with Maniac Sports. Um, Signing off.